Welcome, man.
Oh,
Welcome.
live. Oh, fuck.
There we go.
Yo, what is? Hold on. Oh my god.
What, your pants are off?
No, hold on. I literally, I can't hear myself. Can you hear me?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, we're good. All right,
you hear me?
we're good. Holy shit! You scared
Yeah, we got a bit less than 40 minutes left. Let me get it up over here. We just did a general invite too. Who knows who's going to show up?
Okay, say something.
Hello.
All right, we're good. We're good. There
we go. All right, so let me I haven't done this shit in a while. The presenting. Let's see. Share screen. All right, window, boom. There we go. Damn, the campaign's beautiful though, isn't it?
That is amazing. I think this is your best cover. Now, Pat, I don't like how you split the cover in half though. You know, just a little.
What do you mean?
Cuck. Isn't that that's the cover cut in half, ain't it?
Yeah, but does it not fit perfectly though?
It fits pretty good. I am a stickler for that.
It fits perfectly. I mean, I actually don't agree with that advice. Charlie has given it. You know, I think it's when you frame it right, it just works. Like, I mean, all right, check this out. This is top secret shit right now.
You streaming this top shit?
Yeah, I mean, why not? You know, I mean, does it get much better? You know, that looks perfect to me. This is a big cutoff, but I mean, I'm not.
How many NSFW covers are you doing? How many NSFW?
A good amount. It's just let's see. So next year, right?
Yeah.
Steamy and Private Dance. Those are the NSFW ones. The other ones aren't.
Okay. Yeah.
Look, and Blush, but Blush I don't have anything for. That's late.
Are all these approved?
Nah, they only
that'd be crazy.
Yeah, imagine
that'd be fucking crazy.
Imagine, yeah, no, just Cerulean Dreams, and Cerulean Dreams actually. Let's be careful. Actually, let's not do that. Who knows what I have? You know,
I have a couple ideas.
Who knows what I have going? Hello.
How you guys doing?
Good.
What's going on, Tim Stokes? Do you guys know one another?
No. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, Stokes. How you been?
I'm doing good, man. Just got off of work. Got perfect time for the stream. I'm excited.
Nice. Where's home for you?
Chesapeake, Virginia.
Nice.
Yeah, East Coast. Virginia Beach area. So, well, it's a little crazy.
I'm a Pennsylvania guy, so we're almost neighbors.
Hey, you know what? If you take that big ass bridge, there's like this big ass bridge that goes from like Maryland to like Virginia Beach.
Oh yeah,
it's like 50 miles of just water. So yeah, not too far.
We're not too far.
Yeah. Are you guys doing any cons in the area? I know Stokes. You're doing
Richmond. I get accepted.
Wait, what do you mean?
I don't know. I haven't. I don't know. I'm kind of nervous about because I feel like cons are picking up in popularity.
Okay.
And I'm nervous about my ability to get in there. You know what I'm saying? Like on some of them, but I've kind of pivoted. I don't want to be dependent on anything really. Like I guess aside from Kickstarter, not crowdfunding, I should say. So I'm pivoting. I'm ordering less physical copies to anticipate maybe I don't go to as many cons as I did last year.
Yo.
Oh shit. And we have Cody in here. You know, yeah, I'm just doing a little fun gathering. You know, who knows who's gonna join?
Hell yeah,
Cody, what's going on, man?
Yo, what up, man? Congratulations.
Thank you. Yeah, this is I've done launch streams before, but I've never done closing streams just to see if we could watch the number go up a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
We have 32 minutes left to go, and now I'm gonna put it up in there. I share screen. Oh boy, we have we have some more gentlemen in here. This is a goddamn sausage fest.
Man, it's an all-star stream, huh?
Andrew, what's going on, man?
Nothing much, just a good day before I get controversial in an hour.
Oh yeah, I saw your post. You're gonna be talking about AI art. I'm sure that's gonna be.
Yeah, I am totally for it.
You're for AI
All
art?
right, I'll let you handle that one on your stream, then, man.
Yo, what if you back us with the zero, Pat?
Right, imagine. Yo, we have Armin in the comments here, bro. Come in. Come
Hey,
in.
yo,
I mean, you know.
come in where?
Ooh.
All right, so Armin, I'm actually gonna see Armin in person this weekend. Speaking of come in, I'm doing a space between party, and Armin is a Long Island local, so he's coming down. And there's a moment that it's gonna be such great content. I need to get this guy on stream. Andrew, do you know Armin?
I do not. I've heard the name. He did a cosplay cover of Susie Cosplays,
Okay,
one of his books, and I interviewed her. So that's
All
my
right.
only interaction with him.
Yeah, I know. You're having Stokes on soon.
Am I? Yeah,
I mean, right?
I'm joking. Purposely, I'm
Okay,
sorry.
that's fine. I'm like, yo, what the fuck? Hell
Yeah,
yeah, Pat, you secured me that interview. Thank you.
Yeah. I didn't know that it did, but cool. Now you should talk to Armin too. Armin is a very quirky individual, you know. He makes for entertaining experience.
Maybe February. I'm definitely not looking for comic people in January. Just
Yeah.
to mix it up, I'm looking for more cosplayers, voice actors, wrestlers right now for January. But February's open.
Armin's also a damn he's a ghost hunter, okay?
Hey, just got another backer.
Hey, nice.
Nice.
Beautiful. Yeah. Oh, and also Stokes, do you want to throw up your pre-launch page?
Mine?
I think that we can do that, right?
Don't twist my arm. Am I sharing shit?
Yeah, I don't know how you do that, but if you can figure it out.
First off, what are you streaming this on? Like,
this is StreamYard.
just no, I'm saying, what are you streaming to?
Oh, YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, everything.
Yeah, all right, bet. I mean, let me see. Oh, let me pull up on the separate window.
Yeah,
this is my first time. I'm gonna try not to dox myself here.
Yeah, no, be careful. Yeah, I had in my first window, I showed I had someone's portfolio bookmarked, and I wasn't sure if I was going to approach or not. So I felt kind of awkward having it there. So I removed it. There we go. We have a Stokes pre-launch page for Intrusive Thoughts issue 1 that's going to be launching January
24th.
24th. Oh, bro, we're going live together. I'm going to be launching the 17th. I think 17th. Yeah, 17th for Cerulean Dreams. So we'll do some project share action. If anyone else has campaigns that they want me to share here, please let me know. This is just me kind of just being happy about this. You know, this was a really cool campaign. It's one that, you know, people told me, and for good reason. And I'll say good reason now. People have a good reason to fear December. It makes sense to fear December because that's what we've been told for our entire time on Kickstarter. Ever since I first launched, I launched Destiny New York Volume 1 in the middle of 2016. And I wanted to come back with my second campaign, end of 2016, either in December or January or writing both. And I got comments even back then. Don't do winter. It doesn't work. It can't work. Don't do winter. And I did winter. You know, I did Thirsty in winter first, and Thirsty. I spoke to people, and they said that the reason that Thirsty worked in winter was because it's not safe for work. You know, there's sex that sells the book itself. Then I did Smoke Weed, See the Future. This is just a second volume of an ongoing series in the Destiny New York universe, and it worked just as well. You know, so I think that we shouldn't fear December. The only thing, and Charlie Stickney, who I hope comes here, made this point. The one thing about December that is worth fearing is, and actually, this is my point first, and then he adds some spice to it. The fear is the fear of December itself, right? That's what I said, that you shouldn't be afraid of a number 12. Fuck 12. Launch, right? Charlie, though, he expounded saying that the fear has created a situation where there are fewer campaigns on Kickstarter, so the algorithm is a bit less bumping. But it isn't because people aren't buying. It's because people are afraid to launch. If you cut the fear out and you launch, bro, I want every single one of you fucks to launch next December, okay? Launch with me.
Yo, we do a comment together, Pat. I'll launch December. I'm waiting on that collab, bro.
Bro, that's like when you're a politician and you add other shit to a bill, right?
Yeah, I'm like, yeah, what the fuck do you mean?
I've done that. I've written stuff into bills.
Have you now?
I did. I have. In my old profession, I used to work in government.
Bro, I spoke to you in our first stream, and the first time I ever spoke to you, you told me that you were going to become the president of the United States.
That's on the docket too. And then Mars is second.
Okay, what? Wait, you be the president of Mars?
Yeah. What? Why am I false enter? Like,
I mean, bro, shouldn't the president get the full screen?
Hey, that shirt's fire, by the way.
yeah, no, I'm gonna be president. Everybody, I'm just letting everybody know.
Okay.
I mean, if I want the job, there's still a few good candidates that can do it now. I mean, who really wants to be president anyway?
Yo, I'm so lost right now because I don't know what Andrew actually did or didn't do.
Oh, I mean, I don't know either, but he did say first stream. I mean, was he a little twisted? Yeah, he said he wanted to become the president of the United States. So who fucking knows? I mean, could it happen one day? Sure, we've had stranger folks become president. That's for sure.
So I mean, does anybody actually want to know what I did in my previous job, though, for real?
Yeah.
So I used to work down in DC, and I worked on the appropriations committee, and my job was to spot and make policy recommendations on things called general provisions. General provisions are about how 80% of the government is funded, and it is literally billions and billions of dollars. So I was making policy recommendations on billions of dollars in my previous job.
Hey, Stokes, your screen's still sharing, man. Just letting you know.
See that shit?
I got you.
See, that's what I fucking.
So that's how I'm gonna be president.
Some other shit.
Hey,
Bro,
I'm gonna be president, guys.
dude, there was one time I was streaming and my Steam pulled up and my name was on there and someone doxed me from that. Just my name on Steam.
No. Yeah, I mean, my shit is I'm just trying to make sure that I don't press P into the but all right, so Intrusive Thoughts issue 1, 112 pre-launch followers. Notify yourself on launch if you haven't yet. Does anyone else in the stream have something going on Kickstarter or something that's going to be launching?
Mine's not ready yet. Appreciate you asking.
All good. Yeah.
I'm not even a writer yet.
Plans to be?
Yes.
Pat, you did say something that was interesting. I've been refreshing this shit all the time. You did say something that's interesting about like the launching, and we have conversations all the time about when is it good to launch versus not. And I find that there's so many creators on the platform. I don't think there is a best time to launch. I think we're launching in January. Shit, you're launching, I'm launching, Chris is launching, Charlie's launching. So there's so much competition. I would think there'd be benefits to launching in December. I also think something we talk about is that like you and Charlie are like it's printing money for y'all. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, for me, Baby Shan, we gotta use a little bit more, you know, tact and strategy as well.
Yes, I'm gonna complicate it though.
Okay.
I always say this, you know, there are campaigns that can take off and go head to head with me if they have better art than I do. Now, is that the most difficult thing in the world? Yeah, right. I pick the best artists. However, that's what the market is on Kickstarter. People are really looking for collectible art, beautiful artwork. So those campaigns that take off, and I mean, they go against all odds. You'll see the account, and the account has 1 launched, 0 backed, and all of a sudden they take off because of beautiful, beautiful artwork. So I always tell people the best thing that you can do on Kickstarter is develop your eye, create a keen eye for artwork, and really double down on that. Make sure that the art experience that you're giving on covers, on merch, and in interiors is just the best possible experience. Better than anything in the DM, better than other campaigns. While you're not in competition, what you're trying to do is just make yourself someone who people look at and go, wow, that is absolutely top notch.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
I'll add something in there. I just backed the campaign. I was scrolling through Kickstarter, and I just loved the cover, and I'm like, I gotta have it. And I don't know anything about the book. I don't know if I'm gonna like the book, but I looked at the cover, I looked at some of the interiors, and I was like, man, that looks so cool, and it looks so much fun to read. Maybe it's a good book, maybe it's not, but it caught my eye, and it made me stop. And that's the other thing too, is that, and I'm not a writer, I'm not going to be producing a book for a while, but that's something too, that also picking the right images just on your campaign can make a huge difference. And then I heard just another really good tactic: every so often, maybe every week, changing your images on Kickstarter and mixing it up or adding a new image onto your Kickstarter so it's not staying stagnant. And that's something that, Rusty Gilligan was explaining to me when I was speaking to him. So, that's just my thoughts. But again,
Since you mentioned it, Andrew, can we ask you what was the book that caught your eye?
Oh man, shoot, it was like the two human sexoid book. I forget if it was like SYN something. It just did like 35,000 on Kickstarter.
It's a good number.
Yeah, I can't think of its name off the top of my head. It was just like, it was cyberpunk-esque, and it was like two, like, I guess, sex bots like found love, and it had like a nice hollow foil, and I was like, yeah. And again, literally, I didn't even look at it. I was like, man, this thing looks awesome. But again, that's how irrelevant the title was. It was the images that just caught me.
Sure.
Yeah, it's true. The collector's market is crazy right now. I'm eager to try single issues. I haven't done before. I've done so many single issues in the DM, but actually producing them yourself is an entirely different beast. So I'm really eager to try that. I'm trying collectible covers. I might do foil, but I'm for sure doing metal. I'm intimidated because it's a brand new sphere for me. I've done trades for so long. Those shelves, I was kind of joking around on Travis's stream yesterday, but they're just packed with trades. I've produced full graphic novels, and that's usually what you do after the single issues. But I've done it for so long that trying this new thing, it's a challenge, but in a very exciting, fun way. I'm eager to see how it goes.
How many backers?
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Cody, please.
I was gonna say, how many volumes and graphic novels have you done before you got to doing that idea, and like what kind of made you want to do that?
All right, so on Kickstarter, let's see. This is my damn, the campaign's just so gorgeous. This is my fucking 26 campaigns. So that's 26 graphic novels. One of them though was a special edition of a previous one. So in total, 25 graphic novels on Kickstarter. And the reason I wanted to try single issues was because, one, it's just producing a lot of content. I like how Charlie does it in a certain way, like Charlie with White Ash, Galarian, How I Slept My Way Through My Freshman Year of College, and goddamn the game. He has 4 series that rotate. He does single issues and he rotates them, and when he has enough, he'll do a trade, a hardcover, and I think that way is really cool. I can't do it for my Destiny New York stuff because I want the story out there. I want Destiny New York to be seen in the same light as Why the Last Man, Preacher, Saga, all those long-running 10-plus volume series. That's how I see it. And I don't want that to happen in 2042. I want it to happen by the end of the 2020s.
Mhm.
However, there are series that I'm totally comfortable sort of petering out at a slower rate. Like I have certain series that could go on indefinitely that I'm doing that way, but they're not the ones that I'm just so eager to get the story out. They're ones that I'm excited about in different ways, sort of more where each issue stands alone and tells a character-based one and done story that builds slowly on an ongoing arc, but that I wouldn't just sit up at night like I have to hurry up. I have to hurry up, because Destiny New York, I'm thinking of volume 8, 9, 10 as I'm producing 6 right now. And 8, 9, and 10, that's like 1,000 more pages. That's so much work. So with the other stuff, if I just do 22 to 30 pages every 6 months, that's manageable as a side product while I still work on the main work of Destiny New York. And
right,
plus,
right.
The collectible stuff too, it's not comparable. How the variant covers on graphic novels does, I've done well, especially on the shorter graphic novels like Thirsty and Cheeky, and Smoke Me to the Future. The variants have done great, but it's not really comparable to one, the cost of printing, to the collectability of variants on single issues. It's just a different ball game. I mean, Andrew, you're a cover collector. Single issues are seen differently.
Yeah, for those who don't know, I run an eBay store and I almost exclusively sell variant covers. And I'm having a year where I'm doing pretty much 25 to 30,000 selling variant covers in sales. So it's unbelievable. If I was selling cover A's, I would have to sell legitly probably 10 to 20x what I'm selling in variant covers. Just, I think I can say this openly because Pat works for Zenoscope. On average, I sell a Zenoscope cover for about 3x what I pay for it from them. So if I buy it for 20, I'm selling it anywhere from 50 to 60 bucks a pop. And it's just, the collectability market is just off the chart and it's not slowing down. The market is a little bit soft right now, but give about 4 quarters from now, it's going to fix itself. So anytime you buy a cover now, whether it's single issues or anything else, there you go.
I almost did dashboard and doxed all my backers. So I had to X out real quick.
It's hard, bro. It's hard to not to. Also, shout out to you, Andrew, because that's fucking crazy.
That's sales. That's not my profitability. My profitability.
Oh, I know. I'm a business owner too. I get you.
It's 40% roughly my profitability, which is ludicrous in and of itself.
Man, I hope you sell one of mine someday.
Hey, what's up,
Richard?
Man?
What's up?
I don't know, Richard.
This is like a space in person. I don't think, Richard, I've seen drawings of your face. I don't think I've actually seen your face.
Well, congratulations.
Yes, I think it's a wonderful face. Now, let me get my campaign back up. I narrowly avoided doxing my backers. That was a good move to not do that.
Richard has a campaign to pre-launch too, don't you?
I do.
Yes, get it up there. See if we can show that there.
I don't fucking know how to do that.
Can
you do that for me?
You want to pull up your? You know what?
It's kickrichard.com.
Dude, I love that name so much.
All right, but you have to officially claim me as your mentee.
I claim you as one of my biggest fans.
Nah, fuck that. Oh my god.
Damn.
That's fine.
Damn.
Fine. Look, now that I've read Decay, I can proudly say you're my mentee. Especially since the stuff I read was written before we knew each other.
I wrote that shit like 2 years ago, yeah. And you were like, "Oh yeah, intrusive thoughts." I just read that. You literally have a pull quote. You literally have a long ass pull quote too.
Yeah, but I still haven't read the comic.
I got you, bro. I got you.
So the pull quote is based on the script.
The pull quote is based on
the cover.
You or George said something like they posted a pull quote about it, and Stokes was going on about how it was the best pull quote ever, and I was drunk and got competitive.
Got you. Yeah, there was definitely some debate over Also, too, whether I gave Stokes or Armin the better pull quote. Armin was jealous that my one for Stokes was longer. Is what it
Because
was.
my comic was better. The fuck?
Ah,
Come on, we all know Decay is over Lunar Smoke. We know what it is. Come on, bro.
Mine was for my Armin quote was for Rush, New York City.
I have not read. Yo, Armin does so many comics. I feel bad for not like reading all his shit, but it's like, bro, I tell Armin I'll back like 2 campaigns a year. Like I'm not backing 12 campaigns, bro. I'm sorry. I just don't want the updates.
Armin mentioned that he's going to slow down next year as far as what he puts out, and I think he's going to focus more on Lunar Smoke. I'm definitely going to pick it up and do more next year, just because the year was so good to me. It was just so good to me. So I have to see what I can get out of it. But yeah, so we have here Octopus, a memoir of flailing. Let's get people to click notify me on launch. The campaign image looks great. And if you follow Richard, you've probably seen some of the teasers on Twitter. And this is definitely also a campaign worth following.
I 100% agree.
Yeah. Could you give a quick pitch for it?
Sure. So it is a 144-page comic memoir, covering 7 kind of key turning points across 18 months of my life, starting from, well, told non-linearly, out of order, blah, 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 but covering like a suicide attempt, a divorce, several visits to sex clubs, a lot of drinking, toxic friendships, breakups, new relationships, and like trying to get over my fear that I'm turning into an octopus.
Okay. Interesting. Yeah, sounds I do. Good. I love, I'm not sure if it's slice of life, but just the memoir style of comics. I've always wanted to do one of those myself. I just can't draw. But I'm very excited for this one.
Sounds like dirty realism, man. And I love it.
Dirty realism? Is that a genre or a book?
Dirty realism is a genre.
Oh, sick. Okay. I mean, yeah.
I've not heard of that genre. What defines it other than being realism that's also dirty?
So it goes more raw and it goes more deep. It goes more into talking about things like sex and also relationships, and it also, I guess, examines the fucked up components of things. Okay. So, I mean, people like Charles Bukowski, Raymond Carver are, sort of the godfathers. Jean Fontaine is another one. And so it's just a very interesting genre, and it sounds very similar to that. And
wow. I'd be proud to state that I'm probably the #1 Raymond Carver fan on the planet. Thanks for mentioning him.
You got all his bootlegs?
Yeah. I'm actually kind of surprised. I don't think I've ever stumbled across another Carver fan in the wild, but yeah, that's one of the reasons I'm a writer is because of Raymond.
I mean, I love Bukowski. And I love Carver and John Fontaine, and just like I was in a rough patch in my life, and oh man, that writing and what they were talking about and certain things, and it's just so good. It's so good. It's like a guilty pleasure. Mm-hmm. And I'm actually looking for a I think it's Post Office, first edition by Bukowski in good condition, which is a semi-expensive book. For my own personal collection. So sorry for cutting everybody off. But anyway, I like Fanboy now, so I'm sorry.
I had a friend in high school who she was dating this guy in his 20s who was her guitar teacher, who then continued to date other girls from the high school. But he was obsessed with Bukowski, and he convinced her to name her pet bird Bukowski. And I said, I feel like he'd be a lot more self-destructive if he were like the real Bukowski. And then 15 minutes later, he just jammed his head through the door of the cage and killed himself.
There it is.
This took a dark turn.
I mean, that's that goddamn dirty realism, dude.
Is that in the memoir?
Jesus
that is not in the memoir.
Hey, so Richard, are you going to be doing more?
Like, it starts when I'm 29, ends when I'm 31.
Are you going to be doing more self-publishing, like through Kickstarter and stuff?
Yeah, that's everything from now on. I've
burned
every bridge. I've burned every bridge with every publisher at this point.
I love burning bridges.
Yeah, some of those bridges aren't worth keeping unburned,
Like, look, for real, right now, I have halted all work on a book that I owe because it has taken them over a year to pay me my fucking expenses for
Yeah.
San Diego Comic-Con Special Edition 2021. I'm like, no, like, you owe me $700, which is nothing, but it's also like the fucking principle of the fact that it's been a year.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, I'm sick of being out of control. So this year it's Octopus right now. I was gonna do Haunted Hill basically straight after, but I gotta go to Australia for a bit. So I'll do Haunted Hill Volume 1 in May. I'll do X Files of Frankenstein in August, and then I'll do Tits for Money in October.
Damn, what a year! So 4 next year. I mean, this year, right?
Yeah, four full graphic novels.
Fuck yes.
Fuck single issues.
Man, hey, slow down. See, listen to these classist creators like Richard and Pat.
I am the definition of the everyman. Okay.
All right, Mr. 35K.
Right, exactly. Hey, since it came up, I'd like to ask the group this question, if you don't mind, Pat. What do you think is the optimum rotation for your Kickstarter projects? Last year I did 3, and I guess the year before that was 3. I'm going to try and do 4 this year, and I'm worried if I should try and space that out a little bit more.
How similar in genre and tone are the projects?
I'm a science fiction guy, so I'd say they're fairly similar. They're not night and day. So, okay. Tell me why you asked that. I'm really interested to know.
Well, all right. So, early on, I found that I launched Prison Witch, which was my second series on Kickstarter. I had done between Destiny New York and Prison Witch. I had done some all ages stuff, some standalone stuff, but Prison Witch was the next one that I was like, all right, this is an ongoing series, and it was very similar in style and tone and even art to Destiny New York. And the first volume did well. The second volume underperformed, and then volume 3 brought it back up because I marketed it as the finale. But I think that I was too new on the platform to be asking people to read one series that had a certain kind of vibe and then bringing in a second ongoing series with a very similar vibe. I think if I more tried to grow the audience and show that I could write different kinds of books with different styles that didn't have to be all magic focused, I think that would have helped. However, now that I've grown the brand, I can take different genres that I've done. For example, Smoke Meets to the Future Volume 2. This is in that Destiny New York universe, and now this kind of can go off on its own, and I've developed that readership, so they're down for more. Thirsty, Cheeky, that audience is down for more. If I were to delve into the horror audience, I would for sure be slower in how I do it because I haven't done as much horror on Kickstarter. I've done 2 campaigns compared to the fantasy stuff where I've done slowly over time. I've built up a pretty long list of campaigns. So I'd say it's a bit harder to do multiple at first, but when the audience is ready and primed for your shit, then the more you do, I think the better, personally.
Okay. That's a great answer.
I think, and I hate the like the cliche, but I think it's as many as you can fulfill, right? Because our friend Armin did 12. So I think as many as you fulfill, you'll prepare your. I think creators often, I'm gonna try to do a turn of phrase here. It's like my audience won't, instead of creators like telling their audience how to react to stuff or what to expect. So for me, 4 sounds great. That's what, 2 months in between. That's 2 months of promo for the next one. A month. I think that's fantastic. But I think you could do 6 if you can fulfill it. Especially if you're doing sci-fi.
And that's what I wanted to know, because I just switched over to. And before you think this is a great idea, it's way less profitable. But I started going to professional fulfillment because, when I started from scratch, so hey, I'm going to mail the packages and I'm going to, bag and board and I'm going to send them all out. But once you get up to the kind of numbers we're seeing here, and like my magic number is 200 backers. That's what I'm trying to get to on this next one. But 200 packages at the post office, that takes me a couple of weeks. I should be I should be writing in that time. So I pay the extra to have it professionally fulfilled, and I'm going to find out whether this is the right move or not.
I mean, I would say if that's the case, then there should be no, like, I don't know you that well. We just started talking, but I think that's more of a reason to up the, to 4, especially if you're not, because I would leverage the free time for just more stuff, more IPs.
Right. Yeah.
From my perspective.
Yeah. I mean, it's a money.
I appreciate that, Stokes. And actually, let's go down and hear from everybody before we.
So what I was just going to say on that is, I mean, I was watching a video, because every year all these like ads come up on YouTube. And so they're saying that don't focus on your weaknesses. So if your weakness is fulfillment, you should obviously hire somebody to do your fulfillment. And then you should focus on your strengths. So, I mean, why would you go for 4? Because you could leverage that time and maybe you could get off a 5th one as long as your backers are getting the books. Because that's the thing that bothers me the most. Is that when I'm not getting my book and then you're running a campaign and it drives me mad. And I feel disrespected as a consumer. And that's how I feel as a consumer. It's a very different thing where I get that things happen. I'm not saying you did something horrible, but I feel a little disrespected. And then you do another campaign and then you do 4 or 5 campaigns and then I still haven't gotten your first one. So that's the only thing that I have when people start running a lot of campaigns. That's my biggest issue as a consumer.
Good answer. Thank you.
Pat, you've got about 75 seconds before your Twitter handle is inaccurate. So you might want to just be ready to change that.
Oh, yeah. It's going to go toward to a done campaign. Hold on. Let me just make sure this, too.
I'm about to say it'll be active again. It'll be accurate again in like 2 weeks.
Bro, right? I sometimes, I mean, I hate when I do this. I forget to green the last stretch goal, and then it's just stuck forever looking like unhit, even though we hit it, But all right, so we only have a few seconds left here. Bro, they shouldn't make it red. That looks negative,
He's like, nothing negative about this campaign.
Yeah. Actually, it kind of vibes with the apple, though, doesn't it? Huh? The green,
yeah.
red. Yeah. That's
so Pat, how you feeling, man? Any last words on the on finishing strong?
Yeah, I'm feeling good about it. I think that this is a good number. We were actually able to get rid of that fake $1,000 pledge, so I was very happy there. I wanted the final number to be real. I didn't want it to be falsely inflated by a pledge that was never gonna be actual funds. So this is the actual number. I feel really good about it. We are dollar amount and back. Hey, let's go. Dollar amount and backer number higher than volume 1. So let's fucking go.
Congratulations, Pat. Congratulations.
Thank you very much. Look at this.
Hell yeah, bro.
Look at this.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, and what I would say about doing multiple campaigns too, I agree at first. I think that if you haven't sent anything, do one at a time, and I'm giving this advice too to publishers and creators whose campaigns I'm advising on, whose campaigns I'm running. You can contact my business at what'swrongwithyourkickstarter@gmail.com. I have fair rates, and I will transform your entire life, bitch. I think that for the first 3, 4, 5, 6 campaigns, fund, deliver, launch. Fund, deliver, launch. But once you're a machine, once you've done it for years, you're essentially a publisher, and publishers, you'll open a catalog and you have 10 books that you can just pre-order there and give money to, and they'll eventually deliver, and I think that the same should be true of indie creators who have proven themselves. Like, for example, I'm comfortable having 6 in some phase of development as I'm launching and as I'm fulfilling. I have Cheeky off the print. It's digitally delivered. I have Prison Witch that's going to go out to digital backers this month, print backers in about 8 weeks. Same for Mixed Magical Martial Arts. And as those deliver both digitally and physically, I'll be launching boom, 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 boom. So there's always going to be something coming from me. I think that you should probably have at least 5 campaigns before you start doing that. But I think that once you've proven yourself as a force of nature on Kickstarter, like myself, that if you don't do it, you're almost slowing yourself down. You know, if you've delivered 20 campaigns and you're still doing it one by one, just like launch, fund, deliver, it takes maybe like if you're doing single issues, 2 months. If you're Armin, 3 weeks for some reason. I mean, Armin could somehow squeeze it in. He would deliver his previous campaign before launching and still manage to do one every month. Mind blowing. I don't.
He's
get
an
it.
NPC. That's how he does it.
Yeah,
He's an NPC.
He's a robot.
Speaking of NPC, I don't know if I'm a hater for some reason, but
Well, hang on, ask Stokes. He knows.
And I did have a question for Andrew real quick. Can I ask him
Wait, hold
real
on.
quick?
We'll get back to it, but just it's a very small point. I
want to hear it. I'm waiting. I'm on the edge of my seat, man.
All right, Chris Evans. That viral video right now, right? Have you all seen it?
Nah, bro.
no.
It's a viral video where he's being cute with his girlfriend, and it just feels so strange to me. It feels like an ad. You know, it feels like he's acting and not as good as he is when he's acting as Captain America. It feels like, I don't know. It feels NPC shit.
Do you think it's like because of all the backlash he got for having a girlfriend?
Like maybe
Right.
he's trying to act extra cutesy to sell it.
Yeah, like there was that huge, like that open letter from his fans about how he betrayed them by dating someone. It was,
I love that so much.
I did see that. That's
It
I mean,
was
that's delicious.
fucking wild.
That letter was addressed to me.
Delicious. That's delicious. No, but yeah, I like that dude. I think that he stands for some good shit, but the video was funny as fuck to me. But all right, so no one here's seen it except me and Richard. So Stokes, go off, man.
No, I wanted to ask because I think what you had a great point is that we know you're gonna fulfill. And what our question was to Andrew is like, and I can understand why starting a new project is a little like dicey if you haven't delivered. Hey Pat, you know you're sharing still.
Oh
No, leave it.
And no, so I was wondering is what if they're doing updates the entire time and they address this in an update? Could that be something that could like kind of quell your, I don't want to say buyer angst? Is that
So I'm coming at this from a different angle. So this year, and I might be I guess a weird case. I've been burned on 6 projects this year.
damn?
6 big ones. And one of the projects, and I'm not going to mention who it was, they did $9K. They funded over $1,000. They didn't update. It was supposed to be a year out. They didn't update all year long. And then, they updated 2 months after it was due saying their artist screwed them. Meanwhile, I've also had a bunch of people say, oh, every month they say this happened and that happened and this happened. And then, so I'm very hesitant now with this because I've gone through just a weird luck on 6 projects, on 6 of them in a row. So that's my thing. And when you experience that 6 times, and I backed, this year like 32 projects. So I would say it's a fair, not a majority, but it's a high percentage that
is
are
high.
like great. But if somebody has a proven track record and they're updating, I'm less critical.
Yeah.
But then it also, though, does make me a bit nervous still when somebody's launching like clockwork, because unless you've proven yourself and unless you're what I call a professional, and I mean that in the nicest like way possible, and you've proven that you could handle that stress because things happen. And I've seen it, and I've seen people run away with the money. I've seen people not update. I've seen problems and things that were in people's controls. So that's just how I view it. And maybe I'm just looking at my wounds still. And maybe that's my whole thing. And maybe it's my bias a little bit, but I'm definitely just dipping my toe in the water. So that's how I think about it. But I'm probably not the person who should get a sample size from.
No, I think you raise a good point there. And I got to speak for myself so I don't sound judgmental, but I think sometimes we forget what the consumer experience is like. And I've had, I think, because I always try to back all the projects while my campaigns are live. And I think I did 30, maybe let's say 25 during the last campaign that I backed. And out of those, and I'm talking about over the course of, this is a year now for some of these, I got 3, I think, that didn't fulfill. And I'm writing messages to these guys, like all of us, I actually know a couple of these fellas. We're all creators, right? And it's kind of like, hey, Mr. X, I'm not going to name them here, but what's going on, man? It's been a year, in some cases 18 months, and I think that it kind of casts all of us in a bad light when they collect the money and then fund and then sort of vanish.
That's true too. Yeah, there are some campaigns where not my campaigns, but friends' campaigns, other creators, that I dread people finding out that they're so late, because it's just, for some reason, people still have the perception that this Kickstarter creator burned me, so I'm done with Kickstarter. When
right,
if say Vault Comics burns somebody, you're less likely to have someone in a comic shop saying that they're not going to read Black Mask or Scout Comics because Vault burned them. That's
yeah.
But on Kickstarter, if goddamn cock-sucking Armin burns somebody, then I'm fucked.
After Pat is so closely tied his boat to mine, you know what I'm saying? That's
let's
danger.
Yeah. Let's just all appreciate that Armin has finally raised enough money through Kickstarter to buy sleeves.
Oh my god! Wait. There's no.
That was a wild. That was on our stream, was it, or was that Twitter?
I feel suffocated. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
suffocated.
I mean, bro, you look kind of constrained right now.
It's true, man. It's true.
Lift the arms. I don't believe this shit.
I actually came.
Please lift the arms though. Lift your arms.
Yeah, when he first came in, he waved them around.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I can't even do my. I can't. This is as far as my hand will go.
Armin looks like the screen on the colonoscopy right now with that wall.
Yeah, I mean, that
wall. But Pat, I have an interesting question for you. Are you ready for this? The question of the night: who was the last backer on your campaign? The very last.
Well, I can't say the name, I don't think, but I will take a look.
This is an NPC, bro. This is an NPC.
I probably can't say the name. It's you. It's you.
Come on, Pat. You already knew.
That's funny. You were the first backer on Cheeky. No, second. You tried to be the first backer.
Thirsty
They tried.
Yeah. And you're the last backer on Smoke We See the Future. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Absolutely. My favorite thing is when there'll be maybe I don't know how many backers, but a list of 100, 200 backers. I see them all come in my inbox, right? I don't respond to any of them. But when I saw Pat's name came up, I was like, Pat, I just want you to know that I saw this. It's my favorite thing to do. Just so Pat knows that I'm watching him, just so he knows.
I bet the last one too.
I messaged. I was like, Pat, I saw that. I just
that's what the look of the room is. Armin, that's what it is. It's you look like you were watching from another room on To Catch a Predator. That's of course it looks like you're watching people.
Look at that, he does.
What?
What I have over here?
That's a beautiful book right there.
It's a great book.
Don't wave it around too much, man. And
I'm even wearing, it matches my shirt. It's not a bad shirt.
I mean, does it though?
It's the same colors.
I mean, does your shirt smell like weed though?
It does not. It does not.
Mine does.
Armin, are you ready for the Space Between party this weekend?
Yeah, I RSVP'd to that 3 months ago, and then Pat was like, "Are you coming?" And I'm like, "What are you talking about?"
Hey, I just had to give the official information,
If I knew, I would have shown up. It would have been great. It would have been my birthday weekend, but nobody tells me anything.
You guys all have to move to Long Island. This is
absolutely not.
This is where it's happening, man. This is where it's happening.
I've only met 2 of y'all. I don't like either one. Well, I like Pat. I like Pat a lot.
How about Twan?
Oh no. Okay, so that's 2 out of 3. So that's
that's not bad.
Isn't Chris from Long Island?
You've met Joe Crowell.
Oh, that's true.
Joe. Okay, so that's 3 out of 5 because Chris is from Long Island. Ain't he?
There's a few more.
Yo, what the fuck?
Kate was there.
What?
A few of them.
What's wrong?
Yo.
Pat's too good. Pat's too good at what he does, man. Pat is just too good at what he does.
Oh, bro, I'm turning as red as this fucking room.
It's like a mauve.
Oh, here we go. John, thank you very much. Yeah, this was it was supposed to be finished in December, but the port and the customs for Thirsty just really fucked me and pushed everything forward a little bit, and kind of pushed some of 2022 into 2023. So I have a very busy year this year. But yeah, no, I'm very grateful for how things are going. You know, it's especially a volume 2 on a series is kind of telling. Before I mentioned Prison Witch, you know, Prison Witch is a trilogy now. I could have easily gone 4 or 5 volumes with Prison Witch, but since volume 2 had lower numbers, we made the call to have a longer volume 3 and Market 3 as the finale. But with Smoke Weeds to the Future 2, like Destiny New York, it has gone up. And that just shows me that this series can go on for a while. You know, I would like at least 4 volumes. And now we're getting that, you know. 3, if 3 goes down a bit, 4 will be the end. But as of now, with 2 going up, we're at least doing 4, which makes me very, very happy.
Well, I'm gonna peace out, everybody. I gotta go start a shitstorm somewhere.
Right,
talking about AI art, and
right,
it's gonna be fun. But I have something to tell Armin. So Armin, you had a Susie cosplay as one of your cosplay covers, and I got the opportunity to interview her. So small world is my point.
Ooh, I like this one.
I talked to Susie. I was just talking to Susie today. She had some big news that we will unveil on the Treehouse next week or sometime. But yeah, she's definitely become a close friend and
take it easy.
I'm gonna peace out, everybody.
All right, Andrew.
Go create some.
Talk to you soon.
Peace out, everybody. Peace.
Hope he still has a show for me to be on after that AI. After that AI talk.
Yeah, man, that's my first pro AI person I've come across.
Yeah, yeah. You know, I do know a few people who are quietly into it. And by quietly, I mean they post it on platforms that aren't Twitter and they don't get in trouble. But no, yeah, that has been quite a hot topic for sure.
It's incredibly hot. It's so incredibly hot that like people are arguing against it, even though nobody's arguing for it. You know, like it's like, all right, guys, you're just gonna keep this whole thing around, huh?
People are arguing for it by just kind of casually posting it. I think the thing is at the moment people are very offended that their friends and family who don't understand the complicated business of art are like casually posting a fun thing they've found. And it's exactly the same as the argument of like, don't put your photo on whatever face swap thing because they're stealing your information. Your mother is never going to understand that.
Right.
And like, there's no point in telling her. Like, she's just going to get her credit card stolen again and you'll have to deal with it. And like the AI art thing will fade as people get sick of it. And, you know, unless it gets significantly better at fucking lettering, it's never going to be well liked by anyone. It'll be like a thing we see in dollar bins in 10 years.
That's true. Lettering and fingers, you know.
Fingers, yeah.
Right. Yo, folks, what is this picture?
What are you talking about? Oh! How did that get up there? How did that get up there? There we go.
What is it?
Now, Stokes, when you said that Armin looked like he was inside the walls of a colonoscopy screen, I didn't send you any of the videos of my colonoscopy like a fucking hero. And then you do that to me.
You get those weekly, don't you? No, you had it. Wow.
How old should you be when you first get one?
Richard's like when you turn 18, man.
It's Naruto magic if you believe in yourself.
Are you asking seriously? It's
bro, how long have I had a piece of my couch on my nose? The fuck? No one told me this shit?
I didn't see it.
You got like, you don't like, are you confusing a colonoscopy with like a colonic irrigation?
What?
I don't know that much about that.
That sounds like piping in a house.
It is, yeah. If your body is a temple, it's sort of like irrigation for it. A colonoscopy you only get if they're worried about something.
I thought like there's a certain age where you hit where they have to start.
I think it's 40.
Yeah, it's
and
40.
That's your prostate examination, isn't it?
Yep. Yeah, but you can also get that done by amateurs.
That's not with like a little camera. That's with
Every time I talk to Richard, I learn too much about his anatomy. Like every
I guess
single time.
the thing they say now is that you probably should do it at 40, but you better do it by 50.
That seems.
Yo, if I clock out at 51, y'all know why. No, I'm just kidding.
That seems old, huh? I mean, like that seems old to start.
I'm 33. That's 7 years away.
I mean, I'm 35, and I already feel like everything is cancer. You know?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, sucks to be y'all.
No, I mean, I'm not sure if I'm alone in this, but like I've always worried about cancer type shit since I was a kid. Like, every like ball pimple that I've gotten, I'm like, oh, I'm Tom Green.
I don't think you're the only person worried about cancer.
You've been watching John Green too much. A Fault in Our Stars. You know what I'm saying, Pat?
How many ball pimples are you getting? That's the
right.
You gotta exfoliate after you wax, man.
The sequel to Cheeky, Bumpy.
You got to go with the grain. Can't go against the grain, man.
Wow. I'd say over the course of my life, I'd say between 11 to 25. You know,
I feel like that's an appropriate amount of like ball pimples. I think that's suitable.
Yeah.
Let me pull it up on the other screen. Oh man,
hey, can we Google it? Jamie, pull it up.
You just look for ball pimples, see what we get.
Well, average number of ball pimples per human life, you know.
Can I ask? Listen, I don't mean to get away from colonoscopies and balls, unless your brand. That's your respective brand, Richard and Pat. But I had a question about Armin's campaign. I'm gonna pull it up.
What do you want to know about my campaign? I'm going to get more
page. Oh, of course, Dokes.
I'm just looking through here because I'm looking for that 10K. All right. So this is genius. How much is this individual cover cost? Like if I was just trying to buy it, I'm not trying to buy it to be clear, but hypothetically, because I see you have it listed here at 100.
That's for the set of all three. I think it's like $60, but it's only add-on based.
So you've been learning, man. How many people were buying? How many people bought this cover?
Oh, that is a good amount of people, but I would say that the bestseller is actually the anime one, which is the one that's she's fully clothed in that style right there. That anime. Yeah, that's
what? That's so. I mean, I guess that makes sense. And then Pat, I'm pricing out my variants. You've seen the variant covers I've done, right?
Yes.
How much do you think I should sell those for? 28 page.
How much is your base?
How much is my base?
Like the normal cover.
15.
15. I would go 1 for 20, 1 for 25.
I have 3 variants.
Weren't you gonna do one as an add-on only though?
No, that's okay. So I have 4. One's gonna be an add-on.
Okay.
And then 2.
Why not 2 at 25? Or is that not a thing?
No, you're gonna have one special one.
The question is, which one is the special one as well? Because our friend did. We'll talk. We can get into more of this later. We're talking about your.
I'm interested in this, man. I love hearing this stuff.
This kind of stuff. I was on a stream with Timothy and Travis and Ray and Gregory last night, and we were all like the inside baseball comic book stuff. We talked about after the show, and it was all really interesting stuff like printing. I think that things that people would really be interested in. Like the show was fun itself, like just fucking around, but the actual business of comics I think is very interesting. I also wonder, Armin, how much this sold. And do you think that this anime cover sold more because it was a reward tier and the other was an add-on, or do you think it's so better because people liked it better than the new one?
So you're asking 2 separate questions. If you're asking which one made more money, it actually is the add-on one made more money. But if you're asking which one sold more copies, it's this one, the clothed one, because I think for lots of reasons, people and I actually have in stores. I shop at my little comic shop every now and then people go in there and then I show them these covers and they're like, oh, well, I actually can't take that home. I can't let my wife see that one, even though they really want to get it. You know what I'm saying? So it's like it's a mix of reasons. People have why they choose one or not the other.
No, it's true. I actually dated someone, and I had been working with Zenescope for a couple of years prior to dating her. And when she discovered that Zenescope does nude variants, she was so fucking mad, and she was angry that I kept I kept the comp copies of the nude covers. So I would have, I mean, now I don't have all covers of every issue I do. I tend to keep one and sell the rest. But back then, for every issue I did, I had one of every cover. And we had an argument where she would say, why would you keep this cover? It doesn't even represent your work. And I'm like, yeah, but my work is right behind that image, and I want everything, you know? And bro, yeah, some partners are not with it. I took her to Wizard World Philly, and at the booth is when she first saw it. It was during the time that I was writing this Unleash crossover, and there was this there was like a big wraparound where it had like 5 nude characters, and they brought me over a stack to sign for CGC, and I was signing them, and I just look up, and she's like, and we go home, doesn't talk to me the entire ride home, and we got home, and she said to me, Pat, how long are you exclusive to Zenescope? I'm like, I'm not changing how I make a career based on your emotions. You know, it's but that's a lot of creators are in that situation. And as creators who do these kind of covers, sometimes we have to realize, as you do, Armin, that there are some fans who would like to buy the covers but can't because they would be in a situation at home. You know?
Yep.
Yeah.
Basically what you said, Pat, is that you were the top G before, it was even a thing. You were the original top G.
Bro. Be careful with the top G.
Yeah, especially after the pizza scandal.
Oh wait, Pat, you have to
I'm a G though.
Make your screen bigger right now. What you doing? Because I know what shot glass you're using. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah. I do have to give Armin props. He did just try to top G talks me. But let me do this. I think that's how we do it. I'll give a shout out to Armin. I will say I was very impressed that Armin's book came. It was Lunar Smoke, and it came in a box. In the box, a comic, Lunar Smoke, and an undamaged shot glass, perfectly cared for. It arrived now. I'm realizing as I'm saying this, I do probably live about 10 minutes from where Armin is, so it wasn't that much of a trip.
Yeah, there's no postage on it. Like,
yeah, right.
There's a few locks of his hair,
and you see Armin peeking around the
Use the rim, Pat.
But no, the shot glass is sick. Oh, and also too, I'll go big one more time. I actually didn't notice this until now. I am not too observant. We have, is it focused or no? Mm-hmm. There we go.
That's pretty good. Yeah.
The chibi version of the Lunar Smoke character right on the glass. Armin, a bit more inside baseball, if you don't mind. How much do these shot glasses take to produce?
How long they took to produce?
No, bro. Also, the question I asked before, and you said, I'm not sure if you're asking either of these. Neither of those is what I was asking. I'll get back to what I was asking, but right now, I'm asking how much money did it cost? Why would I ask how long, bro?
You can tell that Pat and Armin have a special. You can tell they have a special relationship because I would not let another grown man talk to me like this.
Armin doesn't want anyone to know the profit margin.
Why would I ask how long it took to make it? But how much money did it take?
I would have to look at the invoice to give you an exact number, but if I were personally to estimate it based on my past experience,
okay,
I would say it was around $600. So not too bad.
For how many?
Thank you, dude.
Armin, we get it. Like, we all know you're selling these for profit. No one thinks we're not going to think you're scamming us for the shot glasses.
I think they were for $200. I think.
Okay. So $2.
Yes. Yeah.
Holy shit!
What? No, man. That's like $3, brother.
No, he said 100. He said 100 shot glass for $200.
No, 200.
I thought you said 600 a minute ago.
Yeah, 200 shot glass is $600.
$600.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. You know, if he had given less convoluted answer, maybe I wouldn't have like lost track.
Yeah,
of
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you
There you
know,
go.
you have to like think about like an estimate based on past experiences.
We're gonna have NASA calculate the invoice.
Yo, I mean, Richard, thank you for that follow up. I was about to fucking give up, dude.
Armin needs to release his taxes.
Release the Mormon.
How about to pour out the shot glass back into the bottle? He was about to be like,
Stokes, you had on the oh Jesus Christ.
Ooh,
That's not what
smoky.
you had.
Hey.
How do I do this? How do I put your shit back on the screen? You were showing the covers, weren't you?
Yeah, I was about
put
to.
my thing on, Pat. What are you doing?
Hey,
Nah, bro, we
Richard,
talking about me for half a
Richard,
second.
you get my shirt. Speaking of shipping.
Yes, I did. It arrived. I didn't go to my PO box when I was in LA, and I'm back in
What the
Canada.
fuck?
And I'm back there in 2 weeks.
Oh no, you're good. I just wanted to make sure it got there safe. That's all.
No, I know it's there.
All right, so this is the black and
I
white
was gonna
cover.
hang on, Cody. I was going to surprise you and wear it on our interview,
Ooh.
but now I ruined it. So
Nobody asked you. He didn't even ask you. So this is the black and white cover that I'm releasing as an add-on, learning from Pat Shan on that one. This is done by an artist named Nico. Looks pretty good to me.
Yeah,
and then I have this one by our mutual friend, 24x4.
Yes.
And then I have this colored one by Artistic Schmidt.
So this artist who did the line work also did the colors here, right?
Mm-hmm.
This so much in a good way reminds me of Jamie McKelvey's style. It's very clear, confident lines, and even the coloring, the lighting here is very similar to Jamie McKelvey's style in a very positive way. Artistic Schmidt, huh?
Yeah, bro. Just because I wanted the black and white to kind of contrast with these really a lot of colors, you know what I'm saying? And then so I wanted the black and white, and then bro just kind of colored it in, and I was like, all right.
Do you want to go through the covers and tell us what? Because you said 15 for the main, and we talked about 20, 25. Can you just go through your covers and tell us what you think each one should be? And not based on how this is not based on quality. This is based on salesmanship here and a strategy.
Oh, fuck, man.
But if you feel it, that you be like making an artist feel some type of way, then don't do it.
No, but it's not. It's ultimately it's not about it. It's not an insult to the artist because it's just what you might think. You know what I'm saying? Like it just depends on like what you think they might be able to go for. Truthfully, this is the best one to me. This is the best cover by 24x4. I love the perspective. Not the other two covers are fantastic. They're phenomenal. I just think this fits the tone the best. It's got great technique. Here's what I'll say. It has great technique. Like to me, this is the best cover in my opinion. Even though these other two covers are fantastic, so I would say this should be the one that's 25.
Yeah,
this should be the it's also the most expensive one. This one should be 20. This one I might even do for like 15.
No,
the add-on.
No, the add-on would be 30.
Bro, Richard, exactly.
Like, can we also talk about how fucking clever this cover is? That the shadow down the center of the face means that like a reflective surface below the face is casting a shadow because of the darkness of the demon, creating this like optical illusion of two separate faces within the same head staring at each other. Like it's fucking brilliant.
Yeah, I like the symmetry.
Yeah, I definitely told him to do that.
Justin Gray, veteran writer, says looks great.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
It really does, man. And plus, even if this cover wasn't as good as it is, a black and white cover that you have the colors for, this is a specialty add-on. It should be more. It's like
30.
I think 30. Yes, because watch, it's like this. If I have a cover, there's a bunch of things that you could do. A cover, take out the colors, specialty. Take out the logo, specialty virgin. Even though Kickstarter is so sensitive about using that term, even though it's so ingrained in comics. It's a weird term, but it's what they call it.
You can use that at crowdfunder.
Oh my god. Oh my bruh. He is here. He's here. Are you naked?
Just outside.
Dude, I'm fucking sick.
I mean, are you all right?
Huh?
Are you all right?
I'm sick.
Yeah, bitch, are you okay?
I'm talking to you.
You know what? I'm
literally
not
answering your question. If I wasn't okay, you think I'd be like, let me see what the fuck this motherfucker sent me a link to. And
Yes.
just click in. No, I'm dying, Pat. As my last wish in this world, I wanted to show up because I'm not okay.
That sounds, I mean, I feel like you're the one person I know who would die on live.
Here, look at some titties.
Sure.
Look at some titties.
Oh, I mean,
Look,
bro, you know,
that's how okay I am. That's how okay I am. Monetize my titties. That's how okay I am. Who's
let's
all
introduce you. Let's introduce you.
Please, because I don't know who this gentleman is.
All right, this is Raven Gregory. This is Raven Gregory. He is, I mean, he's old as shit. You know, he's been doing this for a long time. He published the Gift through Image back in 1992, I think it was.
Oh my god!
And
did he say 1992? You dirty fucking whore! I'm that old bitch. God
sounds like
damn,
Ice-T a little bit.
aging the shit out of me, dude.
It was when I was a junior in high school, and that's real. It was 2003. Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah. Raven was an exclusive staff writer at Zenescope before me, and then I came and I just showed him how it was done. Okay. And, Raven is well known to an extent for doing their Wonderland books. And he's done his own Kickstarter little shit, you know, Widow's Web.
Little shit. Yo.
Yeah, we can't all be six-figure Shand.
Yeah, Raven's the man. He's a close friend of mine, and everyone we have Jesus Christ, bro. We have Stokes the writer, we have Timothy, we have Cody keeping it geekly, we have Richard. I mean, Richard and Raven, you must have spoken before.
No, I've never heard of him.
Bro, what? Yeah, you two are both industry vets. And Armin,
we're both old as shit, apparently.
Dude, Richard's like, I seen the titties. You piqued my interest.
Yeah, right.
Listen, if there's one thing I'm known for, it's loving women's bodies.
Well, I'm not a woman, but I got a woman's body.
I'm sitting here googling titties.
Raven, good to see you.
I'm
Hey,
suddenly
good to see you guys too,
regretting clicking on this StreamYard link. Very
I'm
quickly.
looking at you guys on my phone, so I have no idea who's on here. Because even I can't see, like, there's this big picture of what looks to be somebody from one of those foreign films, Ichi the Killer, holding a venom symbiote in his hand.
To be fair, it is the Venom symbiote taking over the Cheshire Cat.
Oh, is that really what it is?
No.
He just accused me of intellectual property theft. That's what it sounds like.
I just see somebody smiling really big, and it looks like Venom.
That's the Disturbed logo from Disturbed, you know, get down with the sickness.
Here's a close look at all of our faces. How about
Oh,
this?
there we go. I can see everybody now.
There
I
you
can see
go.
everybody now. Okay. All right. So let's see. We got a black, we got an Irish, we got an Asian. We got, is anyone Mexican? Do we have a Mexican in the group? Do we have, and we have a gay. We got Pat in the corner filling out the gays.
To be fair, also I fill out a lot of gays.
Okay. All right. Good.
Get filled out by a lot of gays.
I knew that was coming. I knew this was coming.
I tell you, man,
I don't have the mute button for Richard.
Real power
after last
bottom
night's
energy here.
podcast with Raven, I'm telling you, man, my sides hurt from laughing so much. You were on fire last night.
Hey, does anybody here have their mortgage paid off? Because we need at least one financially stable. You?
Yep.
There you go. We got the financially stable motherfucker. I bet you own stocks, don't you?
Yep.
But you just got canceled, by the way. You a property owner? You just outed yourself? Nah, you left the Twitter about to eat you the fuck up, bro.
Damn, this is six-figure Richard. Jesus
I
Christ.
never claimed to be poor.
Yeah, dude. Hey, Pat might have a six-figure Kickstarter, but he ain't got no mortgage paid off.
No, but I'm living in an apartment, bitch.
And you know what? I didn't even fucking pay my artist.
What the fuck?
Just trying to get canceled. I am my artist. It's okay.
Oh, okay. There you go.
I was about to say, congrats on the congrats, Pat. I gotta go save my career.
Listen, I have realized that like you can get hated on Twitter for fucking anything. I put up a question yesterday about how many panels writers like to put on a comic page, and I got like aggressive messages from people telling me exactly how many there should be, and anything else makes you a bad person.
Yo, you gotta show me. Yo, Rich, we gotta talk after this. You gotta show me somebody. I got some shit to show you.
Yeah, no, I want to talk about that too. You know, we'll do it off stream for sure, but that is, you know, I've had artists really come down hard on me for what you're saying you prefer as an artist. You know, I do prefer a high panel count, but artists are telling me like, no, please do 3 or 4. My bitch, 3 or 4. This is a storybook. You know,
look, if an artist can do it in 3 or 4, that's really fucking rare. But here's my point. As an artist and writer, I find it really fucking boring to work in 4 or 5 panel pages. I want to do a lot of panels because, like, one, I can do a bunch of panels with no backgrounds if it's like 30 panels. That's much faster. 2, I can like mix it up and like actually vary the fucking pages. But like, what pissed me off is all of these writers were behind, like hiding behind the guise of like consideration for the artist. We would never write more than 5 panels, and whenever we see a comic that does, and like there were people,
5.
Yeah, there were people who were like quote tweeting me who don't follow me, and like they were saying some kind of very smug shit, and I was like, okay, maybe I'll like engage in this conversation about it. Oh, I can't even comment on this. That's interesting.
Oh, because they have their comments restricted, but they're quote tweeting you.
Yeah.
Oh, not fair though, is it?
You know it's so. Do you know you? I've been through this on Twitter where people respond, say some wild shit to you, and you can't even respond. Now you know how I feel.
I had one person say some kind of like not wild shit, but like I just very this is how it should be, and I was like, oh, interesting. Do you think this? You know, here's my side. What do you think? And he was like, well, man, you do you. More power to you if you have to. And then like a thumbs up. I'm like, all right.
Well, let me do this because I feel like nobody else can do this except for me because I'm at that stage in my career.
I'm not sure, but okay.
What I do with my artists is if I write 6, 9 panel pages or whatever thing, I always preface it with whatever you think is best. Go ahead and fucking do. If you want to cut it down short, as long as all the information is there, knock yourself out unless it's very specific. Now, if it's not the artist in question or the editor, all the people out there who's giving critiques on this shit, if you ain't doing this, shut the fuck up, bitch. Learn to live your fucking dream, little punk ass bitches talking shit. Motherfuckers doing shit. See, I can say that,
right?
Oh, why?
So
let's talk about Armin's.
I think
campaign.
Raven is my future. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I was gonna say this is like Stokes going Super Saiyan right now.
Look, I want to say like right. I want to like dive in and say one thing to make myself sound real smart so that I don't get too canceled. I used to teach comic making, right? And one of the things I would do is I'd give people a series of nonsensical statements and say, using no text, what is the least number of panels you can tell this story in?
Oh, okay.
And like one of them was like a giraffe is having an argument on a cell phone and doesn't realize there's a cliff in front of him. He walks off the edge of the cliff and falls to his death. And one person I ever taught managed to do it in a single panel.
A what walks off what?
A giraffe walks off a cliff.
Okay.
So you have to show that they're having an argument on a cell phone without any text.
Okay.
And they don't notice the cliff. They walk off it and fall to their death.
Who? A giraffe and who?
Bro,
we don't know. We don't fucking know.
Okay. No, I'm sorry. I'm just trying to get what you're saying.
So yeah, no. The point is, like, it makes no sense. This one person did it. They drew an image of it was a giraffe walking upright, holding a phone to the ear with the neck bent down to do it. And there was like aggressive lightning bolts coming out of their mouth and from the phone.
Okay.
They were still walking, but they were taking the first step off the cliff as they did it. It was a high angle looking down. You could see the rocks below, and they did a skull and crossbones and the ripples on the water. I was like, every fucking thing is in one image.
That's sick. That's sick.
And like, if you are an artist who can do that, then yeah, like then you can talk about it. But also, no one responding to this thread was an artist. It was all writers saying, I only write very few panels because I'm very kind to my artist. Or
Yeah,
what does that even
lazy.
like? It's not even directly correlated. Like,
no, I mean they think it is though. They sell this. I mean they love
it's so
to sell,
stupid.
They love to sell their own goodness at every single turn, and I think that they're always scared of the idea of mistreating an artist when really I mean I fucking hate to say it. I hate to say it, but it comes down to what Raven said. You know, like you give the path, but you give the artist the option. You know, I do that all the time. I also write. I have this number of panels, or I have this idea even, and if you want to change things, I'm open to that. But then if the idea comes back and it's bad, then don't do it. You know.
So if I have a comic with 24 splash pages, like that's more merciful. Like my artist should feel like they're getting hugged when I send them 24 fucking splash pages.
As an artist, that's so much fucking work. You have to really like doing a big picture. You're probably doing some complicated as fuck perspective,
right?
You know, and like maybe some of these people are talking about like manga size stuff, digest size stuff, whatever. So maybe it's smaller, so it makes sense, you know. But if I'm thinking about a standard comic book, and I see if I open a DC comic and see a 5-panel page, it's gonna have some pretty big fucking cityscapes in there that take hours, if not days, to get right. That is not considerate to the artist.
Here's the biggest problem with a lot of this shit that most people don't recognize is once you've been an established writer or creator or whatever long enough, you get the sense that everybody has their perspective on what they like or what they don't like. So who you gonna listen to? You listen to yourself. It's your art. You're creating what you feel speaks to you, and you're collaborating with an artist. All these other motherfuckers out there, that, like me and Timothy and Pat, we were talking about stuff last night after the podcast, like the boats, the docks, and all this shit, all the knick-knack paddywhacks that everybody out there that's just buying books has no idea about. And there's like all these different levels and layers of you as a creative individual that it's like, I mean, if it's not somebody whose opinion you value, fuck them. And I can say that because my Kickstarter is not coming out for a couple months. So
yeah, I got 2.5 weeks to win them back.
Yeah, I got a question. Like, you know, because what you're saying is objectively true. What about us new creators that aren't, you know, don't have the same experience? Can we say fuck them?
No. That's why you got me. That's why you got me. I do comedy more than I do comics, so I could tell motherfuckers to shut the fuck up.
That wasn't the validation I was looking for.
Oh, I'm sorry. My bad.
I'll say this.
No, the thing is, if you listen to like Pat knows how to walk that line between saying you got to take care of. Again, a lot of these people don't understand things. They jump at what they perceive to be the right choice because of their perspective on things. So you got to handle all these people with kids' gloves. But at some point, you can't let that shit affect like how you think of the process. Your process is your process, and that's all that fucking matters as long as you're trying to evolve and grow as a creative individual. If you think you know everything, you're on the wrong fucking path.
Right.
You know, it's true. And I mean, on Twitter especially, comics creators, when they debate this kind of stuff, which should be in every way the most innocuous debate possible, they get very emotionally tied to their opinion because it's tied to their art. So they start to defend it and double down on things that they really shouldn't feel emotionally about, like panel counts. But they do, you know, they begin to feel very emotional about it. But I do want to say, I want to give Armin the floor here. We have the pre-launch page for Lunar Smoke #3 by Five Figure Strand over here. Armin, take it away.
This is everything. You know what I'm saying? We're gearing up for Lunar Smoke #3 next month, and we just launched this I think yesterday night, and we're trying to get as many. You know, I'm trying to do things differently where I want people to know what's coming before it comes. Usually, I just like you know put it up, and then the next day we launch. So there's never really a pre-launch phase. Let's see how it does with the pre-launch phase, with people know it's coming. And we're continuing on the story of 1 and 2, where Lunar Smoke is now not on the moon. She's actually off moon. You know, she's off planet.
She's Earth Smoke. Armin, refresh your page too.
Refresh.
Armin, did you say you had this pre-launch page up for 2 days?
Yeah, last night I think. Yeah.
Because me and Armin
Up
saw it
to
at the same
followers.
time, and I'm ashamed of how far ahead he's pulled from me. This is insane. 108, bro. Congratulations.
Appreciate that.
This
They
is
don't call me
insane.
the 5-figure Shan for nothing.
Nobody's ever called you that. Like, unironically.
Now, Armin, is that like how much of that is because like you were able to mobilize your mailing list from your previous campaigns and shit like that?
A lot. I would say it was because so what about Lunar Smoke's campaign ended beginning first week of December. Lunar Smoke 2.
Okay.
I had packages going out the week of Christmas. Some got it like Pat before Christmas Day, and I don't know if Pat did you get number 2? It's in your PO box, I think.
Oh, I have not been to the PO box. No.
Okay.
Hopefully,
Did you get your PO box, Armin?
I did not get my PO box. I was. I want the fans to know exactly where I am, so the Raven can protect me. That's that was my main goal. But I wanted to. So basically, I sent it out really fast, and then basically people were just like. People were messaging me like, "How did you do? Like, this is great. That we were able to get it before Christmas, and then I gift wrapped it and everything."
You did?
Yeah, and Pat. When you see it, you'll be like, "What is this?"
It's a pretty cute idea.
And then, Pat, I have so many good ideas. And we will go in deep. We'll go so in depth during the space between. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
But this was one of those things where I think people really enjoyed it, and then they're coming back immediately because there's no like lag in between. And actually, I literally put here's the link for number 3 campaign page as I sent out the digital copies. So everybody,
great.
You know what I'm saying?
That's a smart idea.
Great.
So it's like they have to get their thing. They'll see, oh, it's finally here, and then it's already the next one. I can already launch it. Cool.
Because you've done enough campaigns that you can have a new one up before you fulfill the last one, right? That's the whole deal.
Yeah. I'm sure. Yeah, I mean, Pat has has 12 lined up, one right after the other.
Yeah, but I think like it's the thing of like you have to have done 5 fulfilled campaigns before you can start doing that now.
Yes.
No, I did it with 2. They get Education 3 was like, or Intrusive Thoughts was that one of those 2 was like instant. Yeah. So I don't know, man. I think maybe because
close first before you can do. You can only do one at a time, but like it has to close, and then as soon as it closed, I launched it. I pre-launched the second one.
That's not true. You can have multiple campaigns of pre-launch.
The new thing is that you can set up pre-launch while you're still active.
Well, that's I actually had this conversation recently. It's true. However, when they let you do multiple pre-launches, that's a mistake on their part. They don't mean to have that happen. It's a mistake, or that they spoke to you specifically about it because they're supposed to outright deny you. But if you ask for a pass and you guarantee to them that you won't launch, they'll let you do it because they have no way. Once they've greenlit your pre-launch and you're in pre-launch, they can't stop you from launching. So then you actually could have multiple live campaigns. So how they prevent that is not letting you do 2 pre-launches at once. But if they trust you and you speak, or if they make a mistake, they will let you.
Right. Because I want to do like the whole reason for having the Kick Richard domain is because I want to be able to like this fucking second the Octopus campaign finishes, I'm going to start fulfilling. And I want to be able to have like send out a QR code for the Haunted Hill campaign.
Beautiful. No, that's that specific reason is why I learned this, because I had to write to them to be like, yo, please let me do it. I guarantee you it's going to make us both more money if you do it. And yeah.
Pat, I got a question for you because you drop these gems of knowledge, and some of them, even though they're rap lyrics that you paraphrase, are also gems of.
They're technically, we call them ball pimples.
Please never say this shit to Pat again. I can see his ego growing from here.
They burst like ball pimples.
Oh man, this is the only way Pat will talk to me. I have to say, Pat didn't. I feel like Pat really started taking me seriously when he got the box of Lunar Smoke, and then he saw me randomly walking the floor of New York Comic Con. And then he was like, "Who's this?" Remember, Pat? That was a fun.
I feel like Pat started taking you seriously when you started talking to him like he was your prison daddy. But
I will tell you this: there is a moment where I thought about you, and I thought, impressive gentleman. That I mean, obviously, I was more impressed with Lunar Smoke, but it stood out to me, and this is so fucking petty, but it stood out to me when you knew where the green room was at the convention, and I didn't.
What I want to know is what kind of rap do you listen to that you thought Pat was dropping gems of knowledge? Like you gotta listen to more rap, listen to some Biggie, listen to some fucking Tupac, listen to some Rakim, listen to anything. You can listen to freaking Shine. You know that ripoff Biggie? Listen to him more than Pat.
Yeah, the shit that Biggie dropped about how to run a comic business is fire. Like, obviously it's a little outdated, but still.
But wait, so then I was leading up to the big point where Pat dropped something saying like he's gotten so good at just looking at thumbnails and titles of books that he already knows where, if it's going to be a good campaign and where it's going to end up just by looking at it on the thumbnail.
Sounds like I would say that. Yeah.
And then he was like, and you should be doing this, looking at all the new ones and seeing which ones catch it. And then I was like, Pat, what do you think of this one? You know what I'm saying? Drop some.
Yeah, Armin, before Pat answers, I just want to say you can email him and he'll send you his rates.
It is true. I do have my new business. It is What's Wrong With Your Kickstarter at gmail.com. Write to me. I am working with some of the best talent in comics right now, including veterans on Kickstarter and off Kickstarter, as well as brand new creators.
Wait, is this for real?
Yeah.
Yeah, finally someone in America is
What are you doing, Pat? You ain't made 6 figures taking over Kickstarter, and now you teaching motherfuckers how to do Kickstarter. What kind of man are you,
bro?
Like, God, you writing fucking novels for Marvel. You fucking making porn, hanging out with porn stars, going in the fucking champagne room and shit. Bitch, you gotta cut that shit out. Leave some shit for everybody else.
Keep it coming.
Damn.
Keep it coming.
All because you grew up short, you got to overcompensate.
Bro, I'm not. Bro, 5'11" isn't short.
You are not. It's good to know my dick is also 5'11" then.
Mike, I mean, I couldn't imagine what that shriveled piece of shit looks like, dude. You know?
He says, sure.
Pat,
this is taking a disturbing turn.
This podcast is over. I'm sending you a picture of my dick so you can block me on Facebook too. You know this motherfucker blocks me on Instagram because I keep sending him fucking when animals attack videos.
Bro, that's so much worse than a dick. I mean, if you sent me a dick, what could I do? But would be like, you know? But this guy sends me videos of animals viciously killing other animals. I don't want to see that shit.
Dude, the amount of fucking cow deaths that Pat is personally responsible for with all the burgers his ass eats. And he's fucking getting squeamish about seeing some actual fucking animals getting eaten.
That's not a horrible point, you fat fuck. But I just can't do it. You know, like I'm an animal lover. If the death happens outside and I just so happen to eat a cooked version, that's what happened. You know,
Pat, unblock me. I swear I'll never send you that shit again,
bro. No, I mean you have my phone number. We're boys in real life. You don't need my Instagram. All right. Let's wrap in 5 minutes. But I wanted to answer Armin's question. Armin, can you give me a very short version of what the question was?
Using your all the years of experience and astute knowledge of that you have prophesized just by looking at a thumbnail and its title, what it's going to end up getting.
This is the short version, huh?
He's a prophet now. He's a prophet now. This bitch is.
Yeah, Armin doesn't normally wear sleeves because he's worried of getting people's cum on them when he jerks them off with his questions.
All right. What do I think this is gonna do? I'll tell you. I will say this, and I want you to take this to heart, okay?
Pat's like, I feel like I'm gonna have to change this entire thumbnail after this conversation. Let me hear it.
It's not a bad thumbnail for your purposes. Your thumbnail for number 2 is a lot better. This is a different artist than the thumbnail for number 2, right?
Same line artist, different colorist.
Really?
Or actually, no, different artist entirely. Never mind. Yeah.
That's respecting your artist right there.
Yeah. I would see if you can get another image from the other artist, because this artist who's doing the project image, I'm gonna say I think that this is the interior artist.
Yeah, exactly. Yep.
Okay.
Ooh.
Yes, bro. I'm fucking sick with it. Okay. I just really am. I saw the style. I saw a certain element of a flair in how they do torsos, and I was like, that guy is the interior artist. The anime cover on your number 2 was the most successful one, correct?
Right.
That was the project image for this. That artist performs better than this one. I think this campaign will still see growth. I think it'll be a lot closer to the numbers of number 2 than it would be if you were to use that same artist and kind of elevate what the image is a little bit. Because the first time, the artist is doing a single shot that's pretty much an iconic character shot. I love those. If you can have the same artist and just have them do maybe a 2-shot of these two, I think you might be working with fire there.
Oh man. All right, Pat, we're gonna redo this entire thing before we launch, and you know what I'm saying, and then it'll be a different image. This was actually always supposed to be a placeholder, because you know how artists are, Pat. They take so long, but the intention was to switch it out at the very end.
I'm getting free advice.
And this is why I appreciate that, because he and I are like, two peas in like separate space pods, but are conjoined.
So
conjoined.
Okay.
Pat was about to say, give me an email to send this receipt to.
Yeah, I am going to invoice Armin, but pretty much anyone here can always come to me for Kickstarter advice, and I'm happy to give it. And that's one thing too. Like I'm gonna charge individually, but I'm also gonna keep dropping gems on Twitter. I do just love talking about it. I think that talking about Kickstarter I think marketing your success works. I think it's a bit harder on Twitter, because Twitter is all about sort of like divisive conversation. And honestly, Richard, you put out, as I said, an innocuous point, and it was a perfectly gently phrased point that in my mind could have never been interpreted as a negative thing. However, it's Twitter, so of course people come to it to fight, right? That's right. Normal. So it's a bit harder to market success on Twitter. On Instagram, that's what you do. You market your success. And same for TikTok, same for Facebook, and same for actual Kickstarter promotion. But I feel like when I talk about this kind of stuff and give advice, I'm also kind of marketing myself. So I'm definitely not going to stop. And I'm happy to I hope that my advice helps you, Armin, because I think that without me,
I was actually just testing you, Pat, to make sure you're going to give good advice. You know what I'm saying?
It was a promotional tool.
Me and Richard, when our campaigns reviews are well, so Richard said something about it.
Feel free to shit all over my artist.
Oh, and by the way,
if
any of you guys have like fans who talk shit on your page or give critiques that are just like out of pocket, or like they don't know what the fuck they're talking about, just fucking send me that fucking thread, and I'll go in there and destroy their fucking soul and make them commit suicide.
I'm gonna get your Twitter from Pat.
Yeah, I feel like Raven is really on our side until he's obviously bitter at Pat for the champagne.
Oh yeah, dude, I'm so happy. I am so fucking happy for Pat that his success, his brand, his publishing, everything Pat's done is amazing, out of this world. I couldn't be happier for him, but I fucking hate the shit that he can fucking say dropping gems in a fucking sentence now. That's
firstly, popping ball pimples, and secondly, you're gonna fucking hate me when you hear how well I do at sex clubs.
Yeah, dude, hanging out with Alexa, Texas. Fuck that bitch.
Hey, Watch it.
No, I was talking about you, not her.
Oh, me. Okay, yeah. Oh, shit.
Hey, but hold up. I heard you don't like to fuck black guys, so fuck that bitch.
I mean, that's fair. I can't comment on any of that, obviously. You know,
Yeah,
that's
teach their
not my
own.
arena.
Some people like fucking Pat. I mean, I would fuck Pat, but shit.
That's not what you said last night.
Bro, thank you. I will say this though, that is what people say about Alexis Texas. The crew that she was with was very diverse. I wouldn't think that's true. But who knows?
Well, dude, it might be a safety issue. You know, black guys all have big dicks. Irish fucking people with the last name Shan have little micro penises. I mean, you feel safe to be around. I would feel safe around you. Like if like I can't imagine your dick's a threat in any way whatsoever. I mean, you know, I'm just saying. I'm imagining. I'm looking at you. I've seen you in a wife beater.
How many, bro? You're naked. Okay, you are a naked man right now. How many inches constitutes a threat?
How many?
If you gotta ask.
Let me go measure my dick, and I'll let you know,
bro. I mean,
What a weird brag.
Raven doesn't know. Raven generally doesn't know how big his is because he actually just had lap band surgery, couldn't lose it by himself. All good, but so it's.
I'm on steroids and cocaine, man. Don't fucking front.
It's a different. It is a different size now. That is true. He dug it out of that fucking fupa. You know.
He's not fucking lying. He's telling the truth. Unlike Pat, who's still living with his fupa.
It's true. It is
just living with that shit.
We don't use the term fupa anymore. We call it a gunt.
A gun?
What?
Oh
my god! What the fuck is that, Richard? Where'd you come up with that shit? What?
Is that guy cunt?
Gut cunt.
Gut. Oh, that's
yeah, that's good.
That's good.
You never heard this?
That's good.
New Zealand thing.
That's good.
Let's wrap it up now.
I'm a comedian. I've never heard that shit. I'm using that shit all the fucking time now.
I want to get it tattooed like
a turn for the potty humor at the end. Thank you, Raven, for that. But this was the Smoke Weed, See the Future celebratory stream. I want everyone to say where they can be found, what they do, Kickstarter's coming up, all that stuff. Let's start with Stokes and go goddamn down the line.
I'm at Stokes the Rider on Twitter. I'm a professional hot take creator, and I farm for engagement. That's it.
Nope. I'm Timothy B. Fling. You can find me on Facebook under Timothy B. Fling. Or if you're so inclined, you can follow me on my website, earthdogstudios.com. We're making the greatest comics in the galaxy.
You, me, or the other side?
I mean, I feel like Armin should have known, because it went this way. So it probably should have been picked up, It's all good, though. Armin?
I will say that Cody should have known. No.
Okay, I mean, Cody, maybe you should have known, bro.
Yeah, so I'm trying to get this caught on 5 Figure Shane. You can find me on. You can find me at the Space Between Entertainment Party on Sunday.
Let's say, are you just going to market my shit now?
At 227.
Oh no!
So you can find me there and probably on some social medias.
Oh yeah.
Probably find me on social medias.
Man, Armin, you're like a master at this. Jesus Christ. I am Richard Fairgray. I'm the only Richard Fairgray in the entire fucking world. So if you look that name up, you'll find me. My publishing name is Richard Sucks. I'm Richard Fairgray on Twitter and everywhere else. And if you go to kickrichard.com, you get the pre-launch to my campaign. I do kids books and young adult graphic novels and like dirty, nasty adult books about women who work as janitors at gay sex clubs that are based on my favorite places to go in the whole fucking world. Senior Discount Sundays is like a fucking smorgasbord.
I am Cody from Keeping It Geekly. You can find me on every social media platform at Keeping It Geekly. I bring you the greatest and the latest from comic books to video games and everything in between. Just podcast stuff.
That shit was professional.
Cool. And I refuse to conform to this sense of self-promotion at the end of a fucking podcast because I know y'all motherfuckers ain't gonna look the shit up anyway. If you want to fucking find me, bitch. Raven Gregory. There you go.
Oh, you did it though, right?
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
so-
like
so
saying
hope.
That counts. I would say
that's
that
like saying
counts.
I'm
But I'm
only
a
doing this
fan
to
of
see
not
how
a hoe.
good it is.
I
Bro,
would say I was the only one who successfully bucked the man.
I was just gonna
You
say,
did what?
I was gonna say, people listening have a way bigger chance of finding Raven than Armin at this point. You know, he didn't even put 5-figure Nassim. He put Shand.
Yeah. Like I was like sitting there, like, who's this new guy? I want to know who he is, but it looks like. And why does Pat only have 5 fingers? Oh, 5-figure.
Oh, that's what it is. It's,
Oh, you're
So
talking
that-
about his waist size.
Pat's creating the space between.
We're talking about how much he weighs in kilograms, right? What are we talking about here?
Hold on, is 5 kilograms a lot? I don't know kilograms at all. Let's see,
I don't know either. I just
How much?
It's like
a
kilo
is, a
pounds.
kilo is 2.2 pounds.
bro. So yeah, I weigh 5 kilograms, Raven.
there you go,
weigh 10
man. I don't know math, dude.
That'd
Come
be
on.
great. All right, I'm gonna end this. Thank you guys for coming.
Hey, congratulations, Pat.
I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
See you guys.
Congratulations, whoever the last backer was to smoke weed, see the future too.
Yeah, they sound brilliant.
I am very disappointed that didn't hit 50,000. You guys could have had Pat sucking my dick if you had just supported a little bit more and got him to that 50,000 mark because he agreed to suck my dick. Next time he does fucking smoke weed, tell the pussy joke, future, whatever. Make sure it hits 50,000 so he can eat my balls and lick my ass from the backside.
Bro,
How do you look at ass from the front side, man?
And that's how you end a podcast.
I mean, word soup, you know. But,
Word soup.